Today we're going to talk about the softest motorcycle club members I ever met. I mean the dudes that are charming, pillow soft, softer than a troll with a Starbucks coffee typing away. And I don't mean being a gangster, I mean soft in character. We're going to talk about the types and a couple of stories of the softest motorcycle club members I ever met. Let's get into it. Big shout to the ghosts and the ghostettes. Welcome to Demons Row TV, the holy grail of MC culture, where we cover everything motorcycle and motorcycle club involved. I'm Sos the Ghost. I'm your host for the evening. Let me know in the comments the softest MC member you ever met in your life, or biker, it doesn't matter. This isn't just targeting MC members, but I'm going to talk about some of the softest people I ever met in my life and the things that they do that I hate. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about a vice president, a true parasite. But let me knock out a couple of types that I hate that involve motorcycle clubs. If you're the type of person that has a problem with a certain brother in your club, and you go whisper to this one, and you go whisper to that one, and then by the time you get to the table, you bring it up like it's a fresh topic, but everybody's in tune with the conversation. So once you bring it up to the table, everybody sides with you because everything is predetermined. Let me know in the comments if you have seen this happen. I have seen this happen for years. It's the way it happens. They don't even have the heart to bring a fresh topic up at the table. They will talk about it with every other member, see who sides with them, see who doesn't. Make sure that they get their point across, get the amount of people that agree with them, opposed to the ones that don't, and know that it's even worth bringing to the table. But these dudes always do this. They ambush their brother at the table. Those type of dudes, pillow soft. If you're starting the MC, you're new to MC, or you have an MC that you want to be better, the first thing you need to establish is if a brother has a problem with another brother, make sure that he confronts that brother. If one of the members has a problem with another, make sure they confront that man. Don't listen to the BS where they're talking to you and they're like, oh, I'm only telling you this because you're my brother. I would never talk bad about him. Dude, you're talking about him behind his back. You're talking bad about him. If you got a problem with a brother, address it with that brother. Another one is if a brother gets into a situation out on the street with somebody that's not a club member. Listen, I'm not one of those people that's like, if you're in a motorcycle club, you should be jumping on people that are not in clubs, using your strength and numbers at all times. If a member has a personal issue, as a man, they should be able to handle that issue. But if they ever find themselves in a situation where they're outnumbered, as a brother, you should be there for him. I hate when someone comes to the table with an issue and you have members that will be like, this is not club business. If your brother is not club business, he shouldn't be in your club. If you're in a club right now, I don't care what club it is. If you're in a club right now and you have an issue with more than one person and you have so-called your whole club and they're supposed to have your back and they tell you it's not club business, you need to give them their shitty vest back and tell them you're good. I have seen brothers get hands put on them by another club and not retaliate because their club is scared to retaliate on that club. And the softest people are the ones that if something happens to them, they want the world to end. Like they want, let me know in the comments if you know anybody like this. I know people like this. If something happens to them, it's World War III. They want every kind of smoke, every kind of beef to come that person's way. But if someone else gets hurt or someone else gets into an issue, they find a way to talk out of it. Like, oh, you know, maybe it's not that serious. Maybe we need to let it go. Sometimes it's like that on the street. They're ready to let you take the L, but they never want to take the L. And that's what I always hated about the sit downs. Somebody in your club gets beat up and then they want to sit down, talk about it, squash it out. You should not allow that. Me personally, and I know this is my messed up mentality. This is where I am when I'm in a club. I think like this. If someone makes a move on us, you have to make a move on them back before you even have a conversation. That's how I grew up in New York. If you're going to make a move, we're going to make a move back. Then if you want to squash it, it's okay. It's the sucker shit that people do. They'll put hands on your brother and then they want to sit at the table and squash it. No, when we put hands back on you, then we'll squash it. And I'm not advising this for my young ones that watch this. This is the mentality of an outlaw. When you're in an outlaw motorcycle club and you signed up for a certain kind of lifestyle. And this is why this isn't for everybody. And a lot of this stuff, if you weren't in the club, you wouldn't even have these issues. So don't make issues for yourself. I don't ever on this channel want to push being a gangster, because I lived that life and all it gave me was a lot of years in jail. I got shot. I had a home invasion. All this stuff happened to me being in the gang world. So I understand what happens. So that's the one part of the sit downs that is a saving grace. If you have hot heads and they're going to keep escalating stuff, having those OGs that'll sit down, that's the positive part of it. But if someone put hands on you, you're going to want your get back. So for another brother to be like, oh, well, I think we squash it. We don't want to have issues with this club. We've been cool in the past, or because of what they may do. That's not being real. That's a pillow soft dude. Then you have people like this vice president, like this VP. Let me know if you know members like this. They always have to have a henchman, a yes man, somebody that is their strength. This member that they're with is really the strong member. They use them as like a bodyguard almost in the club to like co-sign everything they do, to snake people and use that member as the muscle. And then once that member wakes up, or that member gets aspirational and gets a position that's higher or moves to another chapter, whatever the situation may be, they find another henchman to jump on and leech off. These are parasites in your club. Let me know if you know people like this in the club. I know many people like this. And one particular, this VP, he did it. He rose the president doing this. You get a brother that's the strongest member and you ride off his back. You know he's the muscle. He puts the work in and everything. People respect him. You get his ear. Now you got people listening to what you say. This is what these people do. These are the softest type of people. And in prison, it's like that. You have the littlest guy is the one running the prison half the time. And I'm not saying he's soft, but a lot of times the littlest smart guy that knows how to manipulate everybody else, more street smart, has the big goons putting in all the work for him. He's determining whether they make your home dead or alive, and he's this small and they're this big. And it's not all about height, but this is what's happening. One of the softest sergeant of arms I ever knew. This dude would go somewhere, something will happen, right? There'll be a fight or something. Somebody else will punch somebody in the face. Dude, put in all this work. I'll see it myself. Who set it off? This person will take credit for the person that put in the work, because it was a prospect or something like that set it off first, and he'll say that he's the one that handled it. I have seen this before. How do you take credit for the work that someone else put in? This is the fate. I don't care what nobody says. If you lie about work you put in, you are Charmin soft. Like, you are like Starbucks level soccer mom soft. And to me, being soft isn't about how well you can fight. It's not about knowing Brazilian jiu-jitsu or boxing. It's about your heart. There's dudes that I know that could fight. Like, they really have skills, but when it comes down to it, they won't. You'll be in that situation where someone's talking to them with their hands pointing in their face and all. That's one thing I can't do. The hands and all that, you gotta smack someone's hands down if they're talking with their hands in your face and you're claiming you're a sergeant or arm. That's why it's so important to play your position. I know brothers that they try to push them in that sergeant or arms position, and they're not like that, and they say, you know what, I don't think I'm like that. That's not a position that fits me best. Everybody has character traits and strengths. You need to work to their strengths to have a better motorcycle club. Somebody made a comment when I did a little video that went viral about a Sons of Anarchy vest when I was a sergeant of arms, because I told one of my brothers to chill because he wanted to take the vest from some kid that, you know, had a Sons of Anarchy vest on. And somebody said, that's how I know you wasn't going strong like that, because as a sergeant of arms, you should have took it because it was fake. That is the fakest shit I ever heard. It makes you real because someone else has a fake cut on to take their cut. What's real about that? But the same people who say stuff like that will get beat up by their rivals and want to have a sit down. This is just the way the game goes. So really know what you're getting into when you're getting in these clubs. And I don't care what club you're getting into. Let them know who you truthfully are in all situations. You don't gotta front. It's the best way to move if they know who you truthfully are. I'll link that video up about the Sons of Anarchy vest. And thank you for tuning in to Demons Road TV, the holy grail of MC culture. Like, subscribe, and comment. No, yeah, we ghosting, baby.